Why women don't chase you even after you've ignored her. Stoic love. Love is not about possession. Love is about appreciation. Osho. Gentlemen, let's clear something up right from the start. Ignoring a woman does not guarantee that she'll come rushing back to you. If you've pulled away and she's not chasing you, then you've misunderstood the nature of relationships. Today, we're addressing a common misconception in the dating world, the belief that ignoring a woman will make her desire you more. Many men think that going silent will lead to her realizing your worth and frantically reaching out to you. But here's the hard truth. If she isn't chasing you, it's because she doesn't see you as someone worth chasing. You see, many men make the mistake of thinking that simply pulling away will create an irresistible sense of mystery. However, that only works if she already views you as high value. If she doesn't, your silence won't spark interest. It will just confirm that you weren't a priority to her to begin with. Your absence doesn't make her miss you. It shows that she's not invested in you. Let's face it, a woman who truly desires you doesn't need to be manipulated into chasing you. If she's genuinely interested, she will naturally show it through her actions. But if she isn't, no amount of ignoring her will change her feelings. So, if you've been withdrawing from a woman, hoping she'll chase you, and she hasn't, it's time to step back and honestly evaluate the situation. Did you even have her attention in the first place? Stay tuned as we break down exactly why your strategy isn't working, and more importantly, what you should be doing instead. 1. She never wanted you that much. If a woman truly desires you, you won't need to play games to make her chase you. If she's not reaching out after you've ignored her, the cold truth is that she never really saw you as someone worth chasing in the first place. And that's where most men fail. They assume that pulling away will make her realize what she's lost. But this approach only works if she already values you deeply. If she wasn't emotionally invested from the start, your silence won't create intrigue. It will simply confirm that you were never a priority. This is why many men fail when using this tactic. They assume that by withdrawing, women will suddenly flock to them, realizing their worth. The truth is, that's not how attraction works. For a woman to chase, she needs to feel like she's losing someone she deeply cares about. If she doesn't feel that emotional connection, your absence won't create longing or desire. It will simply make her move on faster. A woman who is genuinely interested in a man doesn't need to be manipulated or coerced into chasing him. Her attraction will naturally drive her to invest her time and energy into the relationship. She will want to be around him, engage with him, and contribute to building a connection. But if a woman sees a man as just another option, someone who doesn't stand out, your absence won't spark desire. It will only confirm that she's better off without you. Real-life experience, as well as Stoic wisdom, teaches us that emotions can't be controlled or manipulated in such a way that they create genuine attraction, where there was none to begin with. Attraction is born from real connection, not games. Think about it. Would you chase someone who clearly doesn't value you or shows little interest? Likely not. The same principle applies to women. If you've been playing games, hoping that by ignoring her, you'll make her realize your worth, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Women don't chase men who they never truly wanted. It's as simple as that. In the end, the truth is this. If she was never truly invested in you, your silence won't change her feelings. It will just validate her decision to not prioritize you in the first place. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In this case, your response to her behavior is what determines the course of your relationship, not the games you try to play. So, don't waste time. chasing someone who's not interested. Instead, focus on building real connections with those who value you for who you are. 2. Ignoring only works on emotionally invested women. Ignoring a woman as a tactic to make her chase you is a concept that many men mistakenly believe holds power. But the reality is far more nuanced. The truth is, ignoring a woman will only create a reaction if she has already emotionally invested in you. Without that emotional connection, your absence won't ignite attraction. It will only provide her with the opportunity to move on without a second thought. Think of it this way. For a woman to feel the need to chase after you when you've pulled back, she must first feel that she's losing something valuable. That feeling of loss comes only when there's a deep emotional attachment to begin with. If she wasn't deeply into you in the first place, your silence will be nothing more than a signal for her to let go, often without even realizing it. The mistake most men make is thinking that their absence will trigger desire. They assume that by withdrawing, the woman will suddenly start missing them and perhaps even realize how much she actually likes them. This is not how human attraction works. True attraction is not built on absence. It's built on presence, on how a woman felt when she was in your company. The emotional connection that was fostered during those moments of shared time. If that bond was never strong enough, your absence will merely provide her with the freedom to forget and move forward. This dynamic is what explains why some women will chase after men who ignore them, while others simply won't notice or care. It's not about playing games or pulling away to test her interest. It's about the depth of emotional investment. So, when you're wondering why a woman doesn't chase you after you've ignored her, the real question is whether there was ever a strong emotional foundation in the first place. If there was, then pulling away might stir up some fear of loss. If there wasn't, you've simply given her the space to move on. Understand this, and you'll realize that attraction is not something that can be manipulated by absence, but something that must be nurtured with real, meaningful connection. If you understand the power of genuine emotional connection, drop a comment right now. Attraction is built on presence, not absence. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remember, real attraction is nurtured through true connection, not games. 3. You are never the prize. A lot of men think that when they ignore a woman, she'll automatically value them more. The hard truth? If a woman isn't chasing you, it's because, in her eyes, you were never the prize. She may not want to hear it, but the reality is simple. A woman will only pursue a man she perceives as worthy of her pursuit. This is a truth many men struggle to accept, yet it's vital to understand. When a woman genuinely values a man, she naturally gravitates toward him. She makes the effort, starts conversations, and takes steps to keep him in her life. She doesn't wait for the man to ignore her in hopes of sparking her interest. She's already aware of his value. The men who attract women effortlessly are those who command respect simply by being their true selves, not by playing games or waiting for a woman to act first. It's these men who exude a silent confidence, grounded in self-assurance, that makes them desirable. They don't need to work hard to prove their worth because their value is inherent in their presence. Here's where most men fail. They pedestalize women. They mistakenly believe that by showing interest, being kind, and emotionally available, a woman will automatically reciprocate. They assume that simply by being a good man, they'll inspire admiration and attraction. But let me make this crystal clear. Attraction is not about being nice. Women don't chase men who merely treat them well. They chase the men who stir their emotions. They seek men who inspire excitement, admiration, and desire. It's a hard pill to swallow, But if you want to be the one she chases, you need to be the one who makes her feel something profound. Remember, you're not just a nice guy. You are the prize. You are the one who holds the power to make her feel an emotional connection. Don't expect her to chase after you because you're there whenever she needs you. Show her that you're a man who commands respect by the way you carry yourself, by the way you live your life, and by the way you remain unfazed by her indifference. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Keep your thoughts in alignment with who you truly are, and let that be what she is drawn to. If you're waiting for her to chase you after you've ignored her, it's time to shift your mindset and realize that attraction isn't about playing games. It's about embodying the traits that naturally draw others in. So, let's stop pretending that playing hard to get will win her heart, and instead, focus on becoming the man who is truly worthy of being chased. Are you ready to claim your worth? If you are ready, comment, "I am ready." Leave a comment below and affirm your value as a man who deserves respect and admiration. Like, subscribe, and share if you're committed to this transformation. If she doesn't see you as someone valuable, no amount of ignoring will change that. The problem is, many men rely on tactics instead of genuine self-improvement. They think pulling away will shift the power dynamic in their favor. But the truth is, power and attraction don't come from games. It comes from mindset. If you truly saw yourself as the prize, you wouldn't need to manipulate a woman into chasing you. You wouldn't even need to test her interest because you would already know your worth. The men who naturally get chased are the ones who live with confidence, purpose, and ambition. They don't make women the center of their world. They focus on their own growth, success, and fulfillment. That energy is what makes them attractive. Women are drawn to men who have something going for themselves, men who don't need validation or attention to feel complete. If you had to resort to ignoring a woman just to test whether she would chase you, you've already lost. The truth is, high-value men don't waste time wondering whether a woman sees their worth. They already know it, and they don't chase women who fail to recognize it. So, if she's not chasing you, the real question isn't, "Why isn't she chasing me?" It's, "Why did I ever think I had to make her?" The moment you start thinking that way, you stop playing games and start becoming the kind of man that women naturally gravitate toward. Another man already has her attention. You might think that, by ignoring her, she'll start missing you and come running back. But the truth is, if she's not chasing you, it's probably because another man already has her attention. And not just any man. Someone she sees as more exciting, more valuable, or simply more in tune with what she wants. Women don't sit around feeling lost when one guy pulls away. If she was truly interested in you, she wouldn't have put herself in a position to lose you in the first place. But if she's not chasing, it means she already has someone else in her sights. Maybe it's a man she was already talking to before she met you, or maybe it's someone who stepped in the moment you stepped out. Either way, she's not dwelling on your absence. She's too busy enjoying the attention she's getting elsewhere. This is where most men get it wrong. They assume that their absence will make her realize what she's missing. But what if she was never missing anything? What if, to her, you were just one of many options? A lot of men don't want to admit that a woman they liked wasn't that invested in them. But the reality is, if she had strong feelings for you, she wouldn't need to be reminded of your value by your silence. She would already feel it. Attractive women, especially, don't struggle to find male attention. Whether she's online, at work, or just going about her day, men are constantly trying to get her attention. If she has options, she's naturally going to gravitate toward the one that excites her the most. And if that's not you, ignoring her won't change a thing. Some men think that disappearing will suddenly make her view them as more valuable, but it doesn't work that way. If she already had her eyes on someone else, your silence just makes it easier for her to move on. A woman who truly sees a man as special will not put herself in a position to lose him. She won't take his presence for granted or risk letting another woman take her spot. But a woman who is only half interested will see his absence as an opportunity to explore other connections. If she's not chasing you, it's because she doesn't feel like she has to. And chances are, another man is already giving her the validation and excitement she craves. Men who get frustrated over this usually don't realize one key thing. If she was emotionally attached to you, another man wouldn't be able to take her attention so easily. But if she lost interest the moment you stopped putting in effort, it means she was never really yours to begin with. The truth is, if a woman is genuinely into you, she will make sure she doesn't lose you. She won't be testing you, waiting for you to ignore her so she can decide how she feels. She'll already know. The fact that she's not chasing you should tell you everything you need to know. Because when a woman truly values a man, she doesn't risk losing him to someone else. You made yourself too replaceable. If she's not chasing you, it's because she doesn't feel your absence. And if she doesn't feel your absence, it's because you never stood out enough to begin with. A woman only chases a man when she feels he brings something unique and irreplaceable to her life. If she sees you as just another guy, she won't care whether you're there or not. Most men think that being nice, available, and doing everything a woman likes will make them stand out. But that actually does the opposite. When a woman sees that you're too easy to please, too predictable, or too much like every other man she's encountered, she doesn't feel any urgency to keep you. Why? Because she knows she can find the same qualities in another guy without much effort. Think about it. If she feels like she can replace you with the next man who gives her attention, what motivation does she have to chase you? Women chase men who have something rare. Maybe it's the way they carry themselves, their confidence, their ambition, or their ability to lead. It's never about just being a good guy. It's about being the guy. Now, here's where most men fail. They focus too much on what the woman wants, and not enough on what makes them unique. They change their personality to fit her preferences. They agree with everything she says, try to impress her constantly, and become overly available. And what happens? She loses interest because she doesn't see any depth, any mystery, or any real sense of individuality. If you constantly text a woman, shower her with compliments, and always make yourself available, you might think you're putting in effort, but in reality, you're just being predictable. She quickly loses interest because there's no challenge. When you pull away, she doesn't feel the loss because you never made yourself irreplaceable. Men who get chased are the ones with their own lives, goals, and ambitions who bring something unique. If she's not chasing you, ask yourself, were you ever truly irreplaceable? Silence doesn't show strength. Ignoring her doesn't make her value you more. It just makes you seem weak. Women respect men who lead, who don't need to play games or disappear to feel valuable. If she didn't value you when you were around, your absence won't change anything. True confidence isn't about ignoring women. It's about focusing on your own goals. A man who's confident doesn't test her by pulling away. He's too focused on his purpose. The men who women chase are too busy living their lives to care about her reaction. If you want her to chase you, focus on being the kind of man who doesn't need to be chased. A man who's secure in himself and his purpose naturally attracts women who want to be part of his life. Stop playing games and start living a life so fulfilling that she feels your absence, not because you ignored her, but because you're worth having. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay focused, Stay strong. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.